Welcome back to Stationeers, everybody. I'm Rob, and today we're back here in our Let's Play facility on Mars. As you can see, I've done something weird looking. Well, let's just put that over there. So this is just for testing, and it's because I've been testing that one up there. It's called IC or status, and the function of it is it's checking these the quantity of these silos compared to what we need to make each type of ingot. So as you remember, our call for makes a number here. This number becomes a certain ingot. If you just go in here, let's see if we can find it here. I'll go through this a little bit later. But as you know, 1 is iron, 2 is copper, and so on, all the way down. Now, I'll show you how it works. So I've made another one there, another memory there. I'm gonna move all of this eventually. I think I'm gonna move this so it becomes a bit more organized and secure to look at, basically. So what's doing? So that one, we run the system. We say call for ore, and this one will then look at this chip to see if it becomes 1 or 2. Once it has seen this particular ore has become 1, it will set to 0, and this one it will first then check the next ore when this one changes. So if we say what are all these showing? Well, we can have 3 types of ore for a specific ingot, or alloy for that actually called. So this is ore number 1. So if it's just iron or copper or nickel or whatever, those the normal ones, it'll be in here. And this is the hash name for the silo. So it is that name here. So in this case it's, what is it, 66, and it's looking at iron. So if we go down here, 66 something 78, go down to iron, which is all the way down here. It's here, and look there, same number. Now, then we can see that we have. You can't really trust these. These 3 here only show something when they are actually looking at them. So right now, these 2 are not actually showing anything. Yeah, it's minor mistake. I use it for testing only, and I have tested a lot. So the way it works, right now it has seen that that it has seen iron. It has seen ingot type 1, which is iron, has 309. Stacks of 50 inside, and we go down here, we see the same thing here, and we see the same thing in here. So it's probably correct. We know for a fact that nickel is sort of empty, and gold is just on the limit, and steel is also empty. If we take an ore like nickel here and we read it, let's go down here, let's 1. Now he's 1. Because we have this particular ore we can actually produce, that's good. We say 0 here, like so. Lovely. This means now it has been read by the call for ore. We put it up 1, and he becomes 2, and this is the same thing as over here. That's the same. It's just for me to visually see it. So it can see, no, we cannot produce this one, and that's good. That's very good. Now, if you go for Inconel, I have a look at that. Pop this one to 0 here. Put this one to 13. You see here, it goes to 3. So the first one is okay. The first one in this case is gold. Then we have the next, which is steel, which we don't have anything of. And then we have nickel, which we have 1 of. So it'll say, no, we cannot produce that. Lovely. Now, how is this working? Well, let's see it. So this one is a bit complicated, I would like to say. I personally find it a bit complicated. I've tried to make it as simple as possible, but when I tried to make it simple, it just didn't work. and that's not good. Now, first, of course, we define the memory because we're using a lot of memories, and then the silo because we're reading silo. We save the state. Do we use that one actually? Let me just. No, we don't. Right. So we have the next auto check. We have taken this all. We have taken this all 1. So that's the first one. So that's used for basic ores. Then we have for the ore 2, so normal alloys, and then for super alloys. And same thing go for load quantity 1, 2, and 3, and valid 1, 2, and 3. So 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3 is for normal ingot, alloy, and super alloy. And then the status is the validation, which has to be 0 before we can say, okay, we can go ahead and send it out. We also move, just to be sure, the ore 2 and 3 to 0, because those two, no matter what, we're always using 1, ore 1, but 2 and 3 might not be used. And then, before we go down, when the whole thing is done, we do a wait where we load the ingot type, and if the ingot type that we're loading in R12, which is only used right here, is different from what we have in next ore, then we wait. It's just a loop to stay here. Basically saying if we haven't made the ore, then we don't need to do the rest of the calculation. If this is true, if this is not true, that means we're trying to make a new type of ore. Now, what is that? So we go to check if available, which is the main function basically. In here we load the type to check. So we get a number, then we go into the ingot type, and we get all these down here. So we get the hash. So if it's just 1, we load just 1 hash, and then the 2 and the 3s are down here. And here we again just typing in the name for the silo. Next thing we do is we check if the hash number is in this ore, in ore 1 or ore 2 down here. Then we load item 1, and item 1, and the item 1, 2, and 3 are same here. Item 1 first, we load the quantity into load quantity 1, then we validate it. So if it's greater than 2, then it's 0. No, if 2 is greater than the loaded quantity, then we get 1 in validate. So it's basically you have to think the other way. If valid is 1, it's not valid. Yeah. And then we set that to the screen. This is just for testing. I could remove those. They're not really useful in normal production. The screens won't be there. And then when this is done, the item 1 is done. And then same thing for item 2 and item 3. And then when we go back up to the item done, we then add the valid to the status. We plus the status and valid together. So if valid has failed validation, it'll be 1. If it hasn't failed, it'll be 0. And we'll then add those two together. So status is as standpoint 0, and we then check if it's okay or not. So if it fails, it becomes 1 or 2 or 3. If it's anything else than 0, we will not produce at all. And the same thing goes for item 2 and item 3. I'll try to make it simple. Then we have the ores we set to the screen. So these lines here are just for testing. I have load quantity there. Why do I have that? Because I have it down here. Yeah, we can remove that one actually. Like that. Because we set them down here anyway. Right. And then we check if the status is not 0 or 0. So if this one is anything else than 0, it's failed. If it is equal to 0, it's okay. Then next thing we do is we either in failed, we set the status to 2, or and also the screen test, which again is for testing. And same thing, we set the memory to 1 if it hasn't failed. And then when those two, one of those two are completed, we set everything to 0, and then we're ready to go. Again, I don't set number 1 to 0 because I don't need to. I could do it, but that's not really the point. Or maybe I should, just for good sake. Yeah, why not? It won't really affect anything, but at least it's done then. What's the last one? It's up here. Like so. Great. And okay to that, and export that. Perfect. Now, the next thing that has to happen is that this one has to work together with this one is going to be best now. So this one has to work together with this one, and that one, and that one, pretty much. So the way I'm making that, have I made it here yet? Actually, let me just. I'm not sure. That is called for all import. Pause. There we are. Pause. Thank you. We have not made it because we need to make it here. Right. So what we're going to do is we're gonna do a wait function to see to let it check the actual status of the check of the OR status. The way we do this, we do a YAL. A YAL basically means that we jump from here to somewhere in this script and then return here on the R. Let's call it check status because that's what we're doing. And we don't need the 2 dots because it's a function we're calling out. Let's put it down here. And what we do here is very how to say important. Now we first set the input type, so we are moving this one down here because we need that type. That's the type that we're going to check. So we need that. Then we'll be doing waiting. Yeah. So we jump from here to here, set the input type, and then we do a wait, like we do up here with the. No, we don't do that in this one, but there's somewhere we do idle and waiting. Then we going to do LBN on, I think it's R12 we have available at least. Yeah, we can do R12. R12, and we're going to do the mem hash mem status setting. Is it 1? It's 1, yeah. And basically what we're just loading the status of that check. And if it's BQ means that if it's equal to, then we're going to break to a line. So if R12 is equal to 0, then we're still waiting because that's not done yet. Let's do that again. If BQ is equal to 1, we go to RAR, meaning we go back up here and we do the actual production. If BEQ is no, we're not doing another one. If it's equal to 0, we are still waiting, so we're just continuing here. If it's equal to 1, we have completed the test and we can go up here. Yeah, and if it has failed, what we're going to do is we're going to set the mem hash. How is this? The status, this one. We're going to set this status up here to 0 basically we're saying that now, okay, we can see we failed. We're gonna reset the whole thing, and same thing goes for the state. Set to 0 and then jump to start. Start. We're also going to do this up here, like so, and yeah, we're okay. So we're checking. Now we're checking the ore. When we get the feedback, 0, well, it's not done yet. 1, it's completed. We go up and we do the production. We set the status to 1, and then it will be waiting until the next ore comes in. And if it's not 1, well, then it'll go past this. Yeah, so if it's not 0, if it's not 1, it's 2. And then it'll go past this and reset, and then we start over. Right. And that should be what we need in there. So if we let's see here, we set this, turn that one off. That's off. Let's set this one to 0. So let's set this one to 0. That is 0. Good. And let's set this one to 0, because I don't think they're gonna like it if I interfere. Okay, let's turn that on. Okay, so now we can see we have a 10 here. So we're trying to produce 10, and that's also what was up there, of course, just before. And 10 we require iron and lead. And we have 30 and 313, and it's 1, and we'll pass it on to next state, which is now we're waiting for these two. But let's say we failed. So let's put it down to 0. Okay, next one comes up. It's 15. On my list, 15 is silicon, cobalt, and silver. So, silicon, cobalt, and silver. So that's all okay. Let's just check them out here. Yeah, silicon, cobalt, and silver. Silicon, we have 13. Silver, we have that. And that. So that's okay. That we can produce. Let's try the next one. Put down again. And we just wait until we get a new...
Hydration critical.
Thank you. Ingot up here. So as you can see here, 14 keeps coming up, and that's because you can't produce it. And 14 is the copper nickel. Sorry, no. 14 is steel, cobalt, and copper, and we cannot produce it. So that's something else I have to work on now. It's how we're gonna get steel in here. We have a good amount of steel in here, as I remember. Yeah, look at that. I see some in here. I'm not sure how much. Quite, there's some. So, what I'm going to look into, well, what I'm going to do is, I want this one to feed, let's say, I don't know, 10 steel to here. Like, if it doesn't have 10 steel, or 20, let's say 20. 20 is a good number. If it doesn't have 20 steel here, we want this one to feed it with 20 steel, which is probably a lot, but then we also have a good amount to play with. And once that is done, then we will be releasing this soon. I might remove this code part from that one. I'm not sure if this one is a good place to have it, because this one takes quite a bit of time, and this one wanna run quickly to look at those two chips. Now it's 16, and it doesn't show up here. And I think that's because it's run that code. Maybe. I think there's some tweaking maybe there, but testing will help it. Right. Let's see how we're going to do with the whole shebang over here. So we know that we have a chute here. Oh, by the way, speaking of chute, let me show you something. So down here in our little underground tunnel, or what do we call it, I have done a thing. I've installed a sorter for waste, and waste is currently uranium. And remember all those region mix that was down here? Majority of it was steel. And then there was a few that was a little bit of gold, a little bit of silver, a little bit of stuff. I couldn't really separate it. Maybe I could, but I just couldn't be arsed, so I just tossed it away. It's outside on Mars, so I guess the storm will take care of it at some point. Anyway, enough about that. Let's take this one in here so we can actually remove this while we're talking, while we're working. So we have it coming down. Ooh, we have one right there. That's nice. So we can actually put that one back. Anyway, let's see. We have it there. We just need to get down to that one. And we have it there. So we're gonna dig there. Okay. I wonder if I have enough chutes. Of course I don't have enough chutes. I'd never have enough chutes. Why? Why? Seriously. I mean, I do not get why it has to come up there. Right, so we will need to have a vent here. Not a vent. One of those things. What is it called? Splitter. Yes. Have you noticed, by the way, I've painted stuff. So I've painted the pipes. I've painted the floor so it looks correct. The black in the middle and the white around. Orange, yellow and white. And I've even done this part. I've not done fully up there yet, but it's getting there. Soon, rather than later, we will be having something where we can breathe, maybe, if we are that lucky. Yeah, who knows? Alright, so we need to remove that, pop that in there. We have a little bit of chutes here. Is that really all we have? Interesting. Nope. Yeah, I still think there's something there. Well, we will have to look at that. Like I said, I need to test it at least a few weeks before I can release it. Because I don't want to release a code that's totally wrong. I mean, I know I've done it before. There's even a chute that we can use. Lovely. Look at that. A rocket. A rocket is coming. Don't have any steel for it. It's funny we don't have any more steel. What do I need? Shoot. Now, while that's producing the chutes, we can actually look at what we are planning to do in here. Which, if I can finish that today, that's gonna be the next time job, maybe, unless it's gonna be the rocket. Could be the rocket. Who knows? But at least I'll start looking at the code. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have a screen. No. A dial. Yeah, there's gonna be a dial. There's gonna be a dial for each set. So I'm not sure if I can pop how many I can pop in. If I can have all three in the same IC chip. This one we're not gonna use IC for these two. I don't think so. Maybe. At least for the on-off part. Now we're gonna have a dial to set how many we want. We're gonna have a flip button sort of thing. So if I am producing here, this is the standard one. So this one, and this one is the standard one, because I don't have to run all the way down here. And I want it so it's if we're not producing, if it's not running and I go away, they turn off automatically. If they're producing, I go away, they stay on, but the light goes off. And if they're producing and I'm gone and they finish, then they turn off. That's one thing. Also, the button, I want to turn that one on if I activate the button and then split the production in half or double it. Basically saying that right now I'm producing chute. If I said I want 20 chutes, it would take both of them and produce
Waste tank caution.
20 chutes or maybe 40 chutes. I'm not entirely sure if it's going to be double or split in between. It might be easier just to say you take this and you half it or something. Yeah, we'll see. That's something. And then of course, when they're done producing, I wanted to release the stacker. I want it just to come out, so I don't have to do anything of that. That's some of the things I'm thinking of doing. Might also do a thing of, if I say, okay, produce 100 steel frames, it runs out of steel, then continue when it fills up, or something. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. We will find out. But yeah, that is something we will see when we get to that. Now, how do we do this? We are simply going on to that one. Nope, that's the one I wanted. And I want to do that. There we are. And a corner. Corner or bent, as you also call them. That way. Yeah. I think so. I hope so. And then some chutes here. Yeah, that's not the one. Now, as you may have noticed, I am overcomplicating things a little bit. Or some may even say extreme. Oh, nice. I can't go under. Oh, I'll go over. But yes, I am. And I am doing that because I am weird. Sick. That's at least what my wife called me. You know. That it's weird to do things too complicated sometimes. But I feel like a game like this is meant to be overdone, basically overkill or whatever we call it. Do I have enough cable? Because I have a cable there, yeah, which is the same we need to get onto. Good. Like, I like to make things work so I don't have to think about them. Like you see here, I never fill these printers up at all. There's always, when it gets just below 50, they're filled up again. And that is exactly what I want to achieve. I want to show that I can just bring in the raw material and then produce stuff. I don't have to think about making the stuff, I don't have to think about storing the stuff, I don't have to think about filling of the printers. It just happens. And I feel like that functionality that you can make that is just fantastic. But of course, some people just like to throw around ingots and that way have it made in their own way. One thing I've realized is that I may have focused on the wrong things in my base here. Like, you would think, okay, you build a base, what do you focus on? You focus on livable space. I haven't done that. Well, yeah, sure, I've made this, but I mean, it is barely airproof. Steel, what do you call that one? We call it steel. What do you call them? Splitter one. Okay. Splitter steel. Oh yeah. Steel, not steel. Yeah. So the base is barely airproof, and it's like, why have we not focused on that? Who knows? All right. So how do we do the rest? We know we need to get this one to ship ingots if this one is empty. Then we need to send out ingots. And I wonder if you can do it. Let's just have a look. Now we could go into sort here. Close that. Go away. Route handler, import. We have enough space to do it, I think, and it's not looking at that the whole time. So if we're doing a weight, we could definitely. Yeah. Okay. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna in the weight section, because when it's waiting, we're not sending ore. And if we're not sending ore, then we could definitely do a steel transfer thing. So let's call it steel transfer. Transfer. So whoop, we want to. What do we have any? Are we using a lot of? No, it doesn't seem like it. So load BN. We need load BN R3. Right. And yeah, we're just gonna do one. We're gonna send one, and then we're gonna go back and check. I think there's something like that. Set bat shoot quantity 0, mode 0. That's fine, because that's what's going to happen with this one. That's good. So we want to do silo. We only going to do one, so we don't need that much. So silo. This one. We want to load. Pause. Load. Hash. Steel. Quantity. Quantity. Oh, is it? One. So the bats, the sum, sorry. Now, if that is less than, we want to do a raw jump. So let's see. We take. Yeah, we could do this one. Yeah. So if it's, let's say, if it's equal Beagle, Beagle, Oh, is that bad? I mean, it doesn't really matter. We could also do that one. BTEL. BGTEL. So if A is bigger than B, so if 20 is bigger than R3, then we jump to transfer steel. I have no idea. I'm spitballing right now. But at least we know now we are in this section. And then what we should do is we call how does that work? Jesus Christ, I can't remember. Did I close it? Ah, you blithering idiot. Okay, so how is it you're working? Setting 1. Mode 1. Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. So we need to we need to set if this one happens, we need to set shoot splitter mode 1. Steel. Can I call that? Right? I can call that. I did call it that, right? Splitter steel. Oh. And with this, of course, in the beginning, this will mean that we don't have any steel in our silo, in our vending machine. But that's just something I have to live with. We need to build up a stack, and we start with the 30 or 20. We start with 20. See how that goes. So that's not enough. We're gonna increase it. So, yeah, we're gonna do J-color. So we check in, and we set those two, yeah. And I guess that note, I guess we can do it this way. I hope so. And here we need to put in steel, which is that. It might be 8. I think so. Is that one? Ah, we can actually do this. Do steel frame, steel ingot, 65, minus 65. And I said 8. Yeah, good. And we want to do that. Request has. And J-weight. Yes. Okay. Let's just do a save here. And export. Ooh. Well, it worked. If it is steel, why are you 0? Huh. Okay, so there is a mistake in that one. Okay, let's just check just to verify that we only have steel in here. I believe we only have steel, but I'm not sure what happened to my that one. Let's take this one off. So we should have 6 stacks of steel. That looks nice. Yeah, I'm satisfied. Good, lovely. Did I close it? No. Let me just close it before I fill them up again. Now, is it perfect? No, because it will send them out super quick, and then it will. It's like we need to put a delay there, but I can't do a delay because then it will send them wrong. I'm not entirely sure how we're gonna fix that. But that definitely works. Oh. If we do does a mode. Okay, yeah, so that will just. Yeah. So it should be fine. Should be fine. I mean, we'll find out. But yeah. What we could do is we could do a large build upstairs to see if that wouldn't change that one. Let's just forget about that one for now. Okay, so we seem to have steel under control. Now we just need to get everything up and running and see what's happened with that device over there. Now, it's clear that we have a bug here that we need to solve, or I need to solve, which is what exactly? So, if I take this one out again, does not seem like it's resetting correctly. So the call for ore is clearly facing some sort of problem. I wonder if we need to remove this and remove this from it. I mean, it's just a new IC, then that's it. Yeah. Right. Okay. Here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna reorganize this a little bit, and I'm gonna have it stored a little bit better, and at the same time separating that one out to a new IC, so see if that's the problem. And then we will continue troubleshooting this. And once that's fixed, I think we're in the house. I think we're there. So give me a little time, then I will have it ready. So see you in a bit. Okay, so now we have made it a little bit different. So this is how we look at it, and these are now our curtains for all our data, all our control stuff. Up here we have the ore checker. We can remove all these if you want to. They are not necessary to have, they're just nice to have. And I might turn them off or leave them on or whatever. I might remove them if I see everything run smoothly completely. Behind all these we have 3 in each of these. So we have ore status, which is the one that gives me this information. We have furnace, which controls the furnace. We have hash, which controls the temperature setting for the furnace. We have the normal and the alloy vending, which is of course those two over there. We have the ingot checker, which is checking which ingot we have available material for. We have the call for ore, which is the one that calls for ore depending on the alloy vending machines, and also the ingot checker. And then we have the 2 IT chips for calling the materials, if we allowed. The last one, we have the control for the feeding of the furnace. And we have the chips. So we got the status, which is the ingot status. So if it's 1, we can make whatever it is. If it is 0, or if it's 2, we cannot make it. We have the state, which 1, we are doing the call for. If it's 2 or 3, it's special or normal, and so on, basically. And if it's 0, we are back to 0. We are back to scratch like now. And of course, ingot type, what type of material we are getting. An amount, what amount we're getting. Let's just, for good sake, put everything to 0. So now I can confirm everything is running smoothly. There is a little change. So I moved the steel manufacturing to here. So I actually put in a electronical valve. So I will close this one when I need to produce for this one, and then it will just overflow down into this chute that goes down to where we had it before. Because the other thing didn't really work that well, and it was interfering with the route planner over there, which I don't want it to. So let's put this one away. Let's close that. So see, right now he's empty. I've closed it here because I've been doing a little bit of testing. Sorry. I've closed it here. The only thing that's not on is the bring call for ore. The call for ore is now also the one that actually do the actual steel production. So let me just import that one. You see up here in the start, before we go down to bring ingots, we do a check steel. So we just check. Yeah, we check if the steel is more than 5. If it is, then we produce something. I think we're producing. Let's see here. And then we go down to make ingot. Ingot is. I just want to lower this one. So amount is 3, and we want to do 2. Yeah, it's fine. So we do 2 times 150. I think so. Two batches. We do 2 batches of steel. So quite a good amount. And because I made it this way, there is some overflow that will, before it registers when it's full, will be made, but that'll just go out to the vending. So that's fine for me. I can't really be asked to do any more about it. The ingot checker, the ingot checker I had a mistake on, and I couldn't figure out what it was, because everything was working fine with quantity 1 and quantity 2, so normal and special ingot, normal and alloys was working fine. However, the ingot, the super alloy was working half and half. The problem I had in here was that, where is it? This valid was valid 2, so I was using valid 2 twice. Yeah. Whoops. Anyway, that's been fixed now, and everything's running. So let's turn it on. And so when we turn this one on, that one should become steel, which is number 8. Oh yeah, I also named everything now. Lovely. It'll become 8 and give 3, I think so. Yeah, let's turn on. 2 and 8. Okay, well 2. And we're producing over there. And there. So steel and coal. Now, iron and coal. It's producing. Let's see if we have enough gas, because we are running low on gas. So I have a little thing there. I'm not sure I'm going to do anything about it, because it is working. It's just slightly annoying to listen to. Not sure why it's doing that. But it gets up, it gets processed. This will take a little bit of time. And while it's doing that, you can see here, I actually went out to bring a little bit of nickel inside. And that was because we just run low and I need to make some Inconel. Now we can make Inconel, but when this one runs low, it will stop making Inconel and whatever else we need. So now we're getting the last 50, and then it should be okay. Lovely. And then another batch is coming. So this is now, as you can see down here. So while this one is up, it's closed. If it's down, it's open. This one, because it's closed, will overflow down into the chute. It's a less of a nice way to do it. I could also have done a valve, like I did over there, but they're actually a bit more annoying to use. That worked just fine. And we're doing another batch. It takes forever to get over here. Let's just put this one on again. Because once this is done, they will actually start producing stuff. But we can close all these now. Because this one will just, it'll, and we can keep it there for now. But we can close these ones. And you can see up here, we are seeing the different materials. So we have the ores here. The two ores, so iron and coal. And the quantity. Yeah, so if it doesn't have anything here, if it's 0, you cannot trust that. And there we are. Nice. And you see now it's going this way. So what I could do here was I could put in a delay, like a sleep delay or something to check. Because it's such a long distance and I'm like, I can't be fast. What are we doing now? We're doing steel again. Well. It's fine. This one should be going... This one is going straight as well. It's fine. It's fine. We have plenty of steel. And now, if anything comes here, that is what we're producing. And that is what we will be producing, because now we have the materials that we can actually use with it, so we actually have the specific materials. I'm gonna let this. So I don't think I need to do anything that I know of. I may try to optimize somehow about saving the fuel. What are you making? Inconel. Lovely. So you see up here we have 387. And that's because we only have some that one now. So we don't have that much nickel left. No, 3. What's that? What do we have 3 of? Gold. Oh, even worse. We don't have much gold left. I think it's gold. Inconel. Yeah, gold. So we cannot make more. I don't think we can make more of that. Because that's 50. Yeah, no, we cannot make more. We cannot make more Inconel because we only have 1 gold left, and we need 2 gold and 1 of each of the other ones. So 1 steel, 1 nickel. We do have enough nickel and steel left to do, so that's good. And now you can also see we can Astroloy is coming out just fine, and we are running quite. It is quite nice to listen to, but it should be okay. Yeah, listen to that. I'm gonna try at some point at least to do something about all this gas that we are now releasing, because it is a lot of gas we're releasing, and I want to potentially save it. I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do that yet, but yeah, that is because if I open up this door right here, it's a blazing fire there. You can almost see it. I can show you what I mean. It's quite intense out there. But what I can guarantee you is the next episode. Oh yeah, we're running out of gas. So what I can guarantee is next episode we are starting on. Look at that. Oh. See, this is just a waste. My shoot off here. Slightly warm. Yeah. It looks nice. So now that we have a functioning gas system, ingot system fully functioning, running, finally, with everything that we need, we can actually move on to the the other things, which is currently going to be a rocket. So I'm gonna I already know that I want to make 4 rockets at least, and for some reason this one doesn't work. I'm not sure why, because it's the same code as this one. It's just not working. I'm not 100% why not. Weird. Anyway, we need to look into how we can save the gas. So right now, as I showed you, we are just dumping the gas out here. And we don't want that. We want to actually save the gas somehow. So if you have an idea on how to save this gas, then please let me know. Currently, I am the coolant goes out here, no longer out there, and out here. I can show that. Should probably have a door here actually. Because out here shouldn't be warm. Yeah, out here we just removing. Oh, that's not even finished. Nice. Out here we're just removing the heat. We have an excess here to outside, and we're just removing the heat from the gas, so we can actually keep using the same without having to worry about high temperature and such of the gas. And it seems to be working pretty good, even keeping the temperature quite cold quickly. So if you look here, yeah, that's quite good. And I do believe it's the same one we have going here. It's that one. Yes, good. So we cool rep quite quickly. That's nice. That's what we want to see. But we need to somehow save this because we are dumping a lot of gas all the time, and that's not good. So I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it. I need to save it and cool it down, and then put it back into the system. Why is it not? Oh, is the temperature not right? What are we doing? We're doing Hestalloy. Hestalloy? Hestalloy. So we need to be 300. No. We need to be 677. Do we not have one in Celsius here? Yeah. What? Why is it not cooling down? Then what the? We don't have that much of it. Let's just grab, like, I don't know, a bit more. Does that help? Yeah. Good, so I think that's the problem we had. It was simply not good enough. And I think we can turn that off now. I need to name these because they are everywhere. That should be okay. Yeah, I think that's okay. Right, so next thing is going to be something with a rocket. I hope so. I might. I know I do have to do some work on a. Yeah, you see what I mean? I have to reset. There's something in there. There's a bug in there somewhere. I know I have a problem with the power. So I'm gonna have to. I'll put up more solar panels. Put up some vents. Not vents, fans or something. I don't know. I definitely need to do some more power. because I'm running low more or less all the time on these two, and these two are controlling. This is the main base, and this is the rest here. This section, rocket, filtration, all that stuff. It's here, and this is the ore and main base, and they run out super quickly. So yeah, I guess this is a pretty good place to stop for today. More power is coming up. I'm probably going to do that off camera because it's just power. And I hope to have all my rocket stuff built, at least for the first rocket. So we can get out and do some actual exploration. And follow that, we can then start to look at setting up a miner for ice, because we are in desperately need of ice. As you can see here, I have modified this one, and that is all the volatiles I have. Nothing. And that is also why I need to somehow save the stuff from my arc furnace. No, arc furnace. My combustion. Yeah, that thing, combustion furnace, whatever it's called. This one. I need to save these. I don't know if it can go straight into the system because it's super hot, or if I need to something. I don't know. We'll have a look. We'll see what we can do. Maybe I'll just put in some sort of heat exchange outside with volatile and whatever. Because this, what's in this pipe here? We have, oh, come here. Right now we're dumping all that. Lots of volatiles, nitrogen, oxygen, CO2, pollutant we don't care about, but the rest we really do care about. And all this is just going out. Not good. So we need to do something about that. So we don't dump. We want to reuse. We want to save. I could, and I cannot use this to cool down the gas because that's already been used to cool down in here, and that's just not good enough. Oh, we're almost there. Lovely. Let's see. 27. And open. Yes. Lovely. 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 I should put an off button or something in here. But that would simply just be turning this one off. But yeah. But like I said, let me just close this one. Like I said, I will be making one complete video on setting up all of this and what it requires to run. Some of it is, of course, specific stuff. Even though I've borrowed several things in the codes, some of this is specific stuff. So I'm going to use the code I made that I've altered, and then you can use it if you want to. It's going to be a complete guide on the YouTube, on the Steam workshop, and then you can take it if you want to. So yeah, until next time, take care, everybody. See ya. Bye for now.